take a glimpse into the future of driving. For autonomous vehicles like this to navigate the roads safely, the key will be 5G or fifth generation mobile communications technology. The current 4G network is fast enough to online stream full high-definition content and play online games, but it cannot support safer and smarter driverless cars.
Currently, autonomous vehicle technology mainly uses its own sensors on the vehicle itself to determine the actions. But when 5G comes along, it will enable capability to transmit much more information to the vehicle to make decisions. And 5G gives a capability of high bandwidth and low latency communications. What it means is it can collect many surrounding environment which the car is not able to get from its sensors.
The Hong Kong Applied Science and Technology Research Institute recently received the green light from the Transport Department to conduct an autonomous vehicle trial at the Science Park to facilitate the system's awareness monitoring within the 5G networks and to initiate research on related technologies. The institute has designed multiple testing scenarios and will submit the results to the government.
The first scenario is without a pedestrian. So see whether the autonomous vehicle be able to recognize the road line, for example, the pedestrian line on the road. Regardless there is a pedestrian crossing the road, the autonomous vehicle is supposed to slow down and stop in front of the pedestrian road. And other scenarios like assume the pedestrian just jump off on the road and sometimes may walk along the road. So how the autonomous vehicle going to react to that scenario?
The government and the Communications Authority are promoting 5G developments in Hong Kong on various fronts, from the supply of the spectrum, the support for technical trials, to the implementation of measures to assist operators in extending the 5G network.
The government knows that the operators will need to build a lot more base stations for 5G compared with the previous generations of mobile services. To facilitate such a network rollout, the government has launched a pilot scheme in March this year, such that about 1,000 government premises will be opened up for applications by the mobile network operators. This will definitely help their fast rollout of 5G networks in Hong Kong. In this year, the government will make available a total of 4,500 megahertz of spectrum for 5G services, taking into account the time needed to implement the 5G networks. We expect to have 5G services rolled out, fully launched in Hong Kong in 2020.
The enhanced 5G mobile broadband significantly surpasses 4G in terms of download and upload speeds. The 5G peak download speed is 20 gigabits per second, which is 10 to 20 times faster than 4G. For example, downloading a 2-hour HD film typically takes about 3 minutes on the current 4G network, but it should take a mere 10 seconds or less to download the same movie using 5G. 5G also has a so-called minimum latency requirement. Latency refers to the time lapse between when the cell tower sends data and when the destination device, like your mobile phone, receives it. 5G requires a minimum latency of just 4 milliseconds, which could drop to as low as 1 millisecond for some forms of communication, particularly ultra-reliable and low-latency communications. Another related development from 5G will be the enabling of massive machine-type communications, which allows more devices to connect to the network within a small area. For example, as many as 1 million devices per square kilometre. Its market application is exponential when it comes to the Internet of Things.